One of the most common mistakes we see companies make in planning out their marketing spend is not understanding the lifetime value of their customer. So this is what we refer to as LTV, lifetime value. Um, it is critical to understand this lifetime value in order to figure out how much to spend on marketing in general, but also how much to spend per lead. So for example, like Google Ads, we pay per click, right, in most cases. So there's oftentimes a mismatch. Like we see this a lot in companies that have a small initial service, but the goal is to sign up a customer on a recurring plan. So let's use, like we do a lot of work in the pest control industry. So let's use pest control as an example for this. A lot of times when we're talking to a potential client and we tell them the per click cost for their advertising, they can't believe how high it is. So for example, like a good average cost per click number in a lot of cases is around $8, which can sound like a lot of money, right? A lot of times the reason that sounds high is because either the client or their agency is only thinking about how that spend relates to the first service, right? So if you think about $8 clicks, if you have a 10% conversion rate, that would be about $80 leads. If you're thinking about that only as it relates to your first service, which might be a $200 service, it doesn't make sense, right? The math doesn't add up. So the missing link in this discussion is what comes beyond that first service and what is that customer actually worth to you. So the goal here is to understand that these $80 leads that you're driving to your business are not only producing like a $200 initial service, right? So the companies that win at this are the companies that understand actually the rate at which they convert these first services to an ongoing customer. And let's say that customer value is $100 per quarter, right? On a recurring plan. So what that translates to is a $400 a year customer. And then the goal is to understand how many years you keep the average customer. So if these leads then convert to $400 a year customers that you keep for 5 years on average, you've just increased your customer value from $200 to a $2,000 customer. And that is where this math starts making sense, where it makes sense all day long to drive these leads if you understand this value and you're good at converting those first services into lifetime customers. So the reason I'm making this video is a lot of times we're having this conversation with business owners or marketing departments in determining ad spend. And it is essential to have this conversation and understand the lifetime value of your customer in order to properly plan out your marketing spend. Thanks.